race now, and the people are lining up. There's over 200 people that are going to be racing. Actually, Jim was telling me there's 222. Some final instructions are being given now to the racers. You see the people with the umbrella standing out here. Some of the favorite runners are lined up here in front.
All right, Brian's going to do the start. He's going to say ready, set, and then the horn is the start, all right? There you go. Oh, I didn't tell them about the turnaround. Wait a minute. Tell these guys. The turnaround, there's a table unless they move it. There are barriers, like back here, that's the turnaround. The barriers that keep the cars out, the turnaround at those barriers on the first one, okay? Are you ready?
Okay, we're about ready now to go.
On your mark, get set!
And they're off.
Channel 5, baby. Woo!
Some walk, most running, a couple walking here.
Yeah!
All right. Nice crowd down the road, and they'll be back. Call my person now and tell them they're on their way. Now, once the runners leave the Meredith Tunnel, they'll be going down this path, and this leads to the front end, or the trail beginning on Morgantown Avenue. There they will turn around. There'll be a water station there for them. Then they'll run back through the tunnel onto Prickett's Fort and on down the Jordan Road, and I have a turnoff past Jordan. This is looking in to the Meredith Tunnel, and in just a few moments you'll see the runners begin to come through after they left the fort just a few moments ago on the video. The first two coming through will be David McCollum, who will be from Bridgeport, and he'll be followed by Jaron Hawkins. Here they come. You'll notice how small they look at the beginning, and then they keep increasing in size, obviously, the closer they get from the tunnel to the outside. I've run this before, and it's an eerie feeling. Of course, you see the lights there that the tunnel now has up. For a long time there was no lights in the tunnel. It was really scary running through it, but now it's not, with all the well-lit light and the good structural conditions that have been fixed in the tunnel. These are the initial runners, a lot of life and ambition, and it's kind of like a nice thing to come through the tunnel. On sunny days it's cool, and obviously today when it's rainy, at least gives you a little shelter for the few times. Hawkins is on your right and McCollum is on your left, and they'll be followed by some other people, Jeremy Wright and Daniel DeWitt, Sterling Snyder, and Doug Bazinski out of Pittsburgh, Kingwood, Frostburg. Good pace is being set. Actually, the pace was 5 minutes and 31 seconds for a mile, and that's extremely fast. There was Doug Bazinski and a couple of the other runners coming through. Now, we don't tape them as they come through the whole time, but we will get them at different stages. People out of Pittsburgh. Bud Hager is doing his, this is his first job taping for Channel 19, and we appreciate so much his efforts. He certainly had a bad day to begin the whole process, but nonetheless he did a good job. And now he'll turn the camera and look down the path. As you see there, the runners going down. Now the concrete path, they paved this path from the end, from the beginning of Morgantown Avenue to Prickett's Fort. Now from Prickett's Fort on down to Opekiska and on to Morgantown, it is a nice, soft, smooth gravel. But as was mentioned by Heather Parks, it would be a little sloppy, and indeed people found it a little bit that way, but not too much. And there's Heather running. He came in first among the ladies. At the end of this program, we will list all of the runners, their times, where they're from, and we won't announce all their names, but the names will be up on the screen for you to see. You may know some of them, particularly the local ones. There was a good delegation out of Pennsylvania that particularly came. One of the early finishers was from South Charleston, West Virginia. And now you have the turnaround. You have both Hawkins and McCollum coming back into the tunnel on your far left, and obviously runners are running through the tunnel. It doesn't take very long to get good distances from each other. This is a beautiful, picturesque scene right here. Now there they are running. That's me calling from down at the fort, wondering how they're doing. You'll hear Bud answer the phone here and say they've gone through.
He's already back. He's already coming back. The lead runner went maybe half a minute ago. All right.
So we were using the cell phone. Now we're going to switch back to me at the fort.
Exactly.
Just before we do that, Bud got a couple pictures there where they turn around and head on back. And here comes the first two lead runners. As we mentioned, David McCollum and Jaron Hawkins. Setting a pace of 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Doing a good job. Making good time. Indeed they are. There's a nice crowd assembled at this point to encourage the runners, and there was a lot of great encouragement. Many of the family members and those who weren't family members were runners enthusiasts who kept the encouragement up of all the runners coming through. And this surf has been redone by the Marion County Parks and Recreation Commission for the new trailhead, and there at Prickett's Fort, and also they have a nice little I want to say, arboretum section of trees that are named, that you can have a little walking tour and you can see the names of various. Right there is a sound of it there, or the picture of it. We did not get a close of it, however.
Down at the foot of that hill.
And the little wait station,
Oh, is that where they always do?
little rest station for bicyclists as well as for joggers and walkers, that they can take a few moments reprieve and get rested on the trail. This is all paved until the bottom of the hill, and at the bottom of the hill it begins to ascend or descend along the river. And when it descends along the river, it turns into a nice gravel, very smooth on the knees and legs, very comfortable running. It'd be particularly nice on a warm day without the rain, but it's a lot better than the cold snow and ice. Number 6 there is Doug Bazinski from Pittsburgh. Here comes a young man running well, who finished up well too. Looks like number 7. That's Doug Bazinski, who finished in 1 hour and 21 minutes, 6 minutes and 14 second pace.
I want to get the first lady coming. She would come in.
Beautiful scene here at Prickett's Fort. It's a beautiful state park. There's a lot of exciting programs through the years, and with the trail running through it, and it's a great site for historical preservation and for recreation galore for Marion County. Great place to visit, to learn about culture, history, walk the trails, exercise. And a lot of living history events occur at Prickett's Fort. A lot of school children visit and come through there. Melissa May, the executive director, but and of course the trails used for the run, the half run to literacy. Great idea, concept by Jim Wolof, who put all this together. The funds used to support a very worthy United Way cause, sponsored by the United Way, the literacy volunteers of Marion County, helping people to develop their literary skills. And just the day before this, on January the 9th, the USA Today magazine, or USA Today newspaper, of which I do receive, had a very interesting article. And the article was that 1 out of 7 Americans are not literate.
Yep.
They are illiterate. And here comes Heather Parks.